Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, welcome to my channel again. I'm your host, Denzel Seiler. Uh, I'm sorry that I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks. Spent a lot of craziness just going on in my life. I do have something that I've written down, and I really want to share it. And it's called, "What is the Profit?" What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Mark 8:36. I believe this all goes back to money and possessions. You cannot serve God and mammon, as Matthew 6:24 says. And by the way, I'm just reading this because, uh, I can't just look in the camera for legitimately nothing. I have to read this. So I'm going to attempt to, place it up while still looking at a camera. But back to the subject of the matter. So I will pose the question like this. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and the possessions in it and lose the man that he was before he had the wealth? The man loses his family and his character to have those possessions. What did those possessions do? And what did the wealth mean to him? I think this is a huge part of the questions we need to ask ourselves. Will we live a simple life and have faith or work towards the next promotion or the next big possession? We cannot take these things of this earth to the grave with us. It won't come, it won't go to heaven or hell with us. So what does it mean? We need to produce treasures that are not tangible and that cannot be broken down and done away with, as in Matthew 6:19-20. In the end, all the possessions that we have will have no value in eternity. I want to make this clear. I am not against possessions. I own a Harley Davidson motorcycle, so I'm the last person that will say, don't have nice things. Because I promise you I have nice things. It's when the love of those things goes beyond the love of God, the love of our family, a love of people. It is when we have lost those things, when we have those things, and it makes us feel like we have status. And we love the status and feel in love with ourselves. That is when it becomes an issue. I believe the downfall of those possessions is when we start putting them, as I said, as a couple sentences before, above God and what He says, and not spending the needed time with our families, our friends, and the people that we care about. This is where the downfall of wealth is. Again, what profits a man if he gains, fill in the blank, gains that next promotion, gains that next Corvette. Let's put it personal towards me. Gains that new Road Glide that he has been dreaming of, but loses his soul, his family, his respect, his character, his honor. So again, I will pose this question. What profits a man to gain the whole world and loses his soul? When you just pursue things of this world, such as wealth, what detriments does it have on the relationships that you have? I've done my fair share of this, being materialistic. I've done my own personal fair share of it. The relationships that we have now then become a thing of the past. Chasing after possessions becomes a lonely path. I mean, look at where we already know what that happens to him. Luke 12:18-20. May just be a parable that Jesus said, but the man at the parable felt so good of the wealth that he had. He wanted to build a bigger barns, eat, drink, and be merry. Because that is what he's like, that's all that is in this life. Eat, drink, be merry, because I have everything. I have it all. If you read the Bible, you know what's next. His soul was then required of him. Did those possessions go with his soul? No. No, they did not. Did those possessions go up with him? No. No, they did not. Did that brand new barn that he built go with him? Nope. Did that expensive bottle of wine go with him? No, it did not. That eat, drink, and be merry because I feel good. Did that go with him? No. Oh no. His soul was then required of him. So why do we treat things like they have value in eternity? Which is what they don't. In eternity, my Harley Davidson motorcycle has no value. Zero. Nada. None. So I'm going to pose the question again. Why do we put so much emphasis on the possessions that we have? It's because of status? You got to answer that question for yourself. I have the reason why we think of these things go off into eternity with us. We are humans, and we are finite. We are humans, and we think we will live forever. But this is not true. This is not true. We are inherently sinful. That's what Jeremiah 17:9 says. We are selfish, and we want everything to revolve around us. I believe we will have better quality relationships with the people that we care about if we stop treating possessions as if they go to heaven with us. If we stop treating everything as it will go with us. So again, I'm going to pose the question. What profits a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? He loses his family, the relationships he has, loses his honor, his self-respect, his dignity. This can be towards male and female. What does it profit them then? What does it profit? Sadly to say, we need to figure this out for ourselves. That is the thought for today. It's very thought-provoking and hit me in between the eyes while doing research to do this. But I believe that we need to put relationships forefront into our minds. We also need to put God first. What would God want? Because we cannot serve two masters. Today's verse, honestly, is going to be Mark 8:36. What profits a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? That's the verse for today. First and foremost, in conclusion, I want to thank God for everything. And then I also want to thank my subscribers. If you are listening to this and you're not subscribed, link is down. Subscription is down there. Deuces.